As I'm writing the voiceover to this video, it's only a few days away from the official first day of fall, so it's a good time to look back at my summer. Summers in Vancouver are pretty special. Because it's often cloudy or rainy for about 3/4 of the year, we try to make the most of the beautiful sunny days that come between June and September. And here, that can mean a lot of outdoor activities. Is there an outdoor activity that screams Vancouver more than hiking? Back when I lived in Ontario, I would tell people that I was from Vancouver and they would assume that I hiked a lot. And the truth was, no, I didn't actually. Not at that point. I had grown up in Vancouver only looking at the mountains from afar. My parents didn't really do outdoor activities, and neither did my circle of friends at the time. By the time I returned to Vancouver, I was ready to give hiking a try. Eventually, I made friends who also wanted to hike, and since then, I've hiked countless trails around here. It's not always easy, but it's good exercise, and you're often rewarded with some pretty great views. This summer, I finally hiked a trail that is often considered a rite of passage for Vancouverites. I'm not sure why it's taken me this long to get around to it. Hiking the Chief refers to hiking the giant granite monolith in Squamish called the Stiwamus Chief. Its popularity as a hike can probably be attributed to the fact that, although it is steep, it's a relatively short hike, close to Vancouver, and comes with a fantastic payoff at the end. Next on the list of outdoorsy things Vancouverites do is camping. Another one of those activities I never did growing up. I imagine my parents didn't much fancy immigrating all the way from China just to sleep on the ground outside with barely any amenities. So again, it wasn't until I started hanging out with people who were interested in camping, the same people I'd go hiking with, did I finally try it. And the very first time I camped in a tent, I didn't sleep at all. I couldn't stop hearing every little sound outside and thinking that it was a person or a bear. To be honest, it took a bit of time before I started to find enjoyment in it. Now I try to fit at least one camping trip in every summer, whether it be car camping or backpacking. This year, my girlfriends and I hiked to the Chicamus Lake campground in Garibaldi Provincial Park, only about 3 kilometers in from the parking lot. What's nice about these sites was that most of them were like little beaches right on this beautiful glacier-fed lake, with the only thing disturbing our peace being the excessive number of moths.
Want to try some? Ooh, it looks good.
But still, it's a really nice way to slow down, disconnect from the online world, and appreciate the place we call home.
Ready?
Now I'm drinking milk.
Then you're drinking milk.
Yeah. After not touching my bike in probably 2 years, I thought I should take it out for a spin this summer. So it felt like a sign when I saw an event advertised for a group bike ride to go see the fireworks. I wasn't sure what to expect, but it turned out to be a really friendly group, and we went at a relaxed but steady pace. The Celebration of Light fireworks competition has been around for my entire life and is kind of an iconic Vancouver event. Usually the competitors are from around the world, but this year all the participants were Canadian. While I don't watch it every year, I have a lot of memories of it. As a kid, I remember watching it with my parents, sitting on a plastic bag on the grass. As a teenager, I remember staking out a good viewing spot on the beach with a group of friends hours before the fireworks started. As a 20-something-year-old, I remember just walking over to English Bay 10 minutes before the show started to stand and watch, and then walking straight back home to my downtown apartment. And now I'm in my 30s, riding 50 kilometers round trip on a bike to Kits to see the fireworks. I guess the magic's still there. For the past few years, I've gone berry picking once every summer. Not the wild kind, just the ones at the farms. We have a number of U-Pick farms in the area where you can get blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, and more depending on the month. This summer, we went to Kraus Berry Farms for the strawberries.
So today is the first day that the second round of the strawberries are in again. And I missed the first round, but I like getting the strawberries the most. So you have to kind of check their website to see when they open again or when the strawberries are ready again.
At this farm, they also have a shop where you can pick up a number of other goods. They're known for their pies, though I have yet to try one. They're also known for their waffle bar, where they serve up fresh waffles with their seasonal berries and whipped cream on top. Can't say no to that.
Oh, the whipped cream is deflating. These blueberries look good though.
And in case I've made you believe that outdoor activities are the only thing people do here in the summer, I'm happy to report that summer in the city is alive and well. I think people complain a lot about Vancouver being a no-fun city, and sure, there are things we could improve on. I can definitely think of other cities that have more art, more culture, places where you could just walk anywhere and stumble upon something going on, but I think there's still a lot to love. You might just have to work a little bit harder to find it sometimes.
We're at Cafe Kitsune with our matchas.
Yeah, there's stuff to do, but it's finding out about it that's a little bit more difficult,
That's true.
right? Because I feel like I see people online doing fun things, but I just don't know about it
I was like, oh, I didn't
until
know
it's too late.
that was happening.
So I think it's more so advertising that these things are happening instead of not having enough to do.
Yeah, I actually feel like there's actually a lot more than I realized that's happening. It's almost like there's too many things.
Yeah,
I can't do them all.
I appreciate that it doesn't get super hot. You know, it's nice and dry enough that you can enjoy summer or feel like you've had summer, but you're not sweltering hot for the most part. I think I appreciate the longer daylight hours.
Yeah.
So it's
Pretty late sunsets in
Yeah.
the summer. I like patios in the summer.
I like the
It's always
markets.
nice. Markets.
Yeah, whether it be farmers markets or craft markets or just markets in general. Ice cream season. Actually, maybe that,
that's
because
true.
like then you just go and sample all the ice cream, different flavors for different months.
I really like stuff like how they pedestrianized Gastown. And so it'd be nice to see more of that.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
make it easier for pedestrians.
While I engage in more stereotypical outdoorsy Vancouver activities now, I still love this, just hanging out in the city, walking around outside with a friend, enjoying the sunshine, shopping, eating, and chatting. And what a beautiful city to do that in.